Yeah, we're recording. It's on?
Yeah, it's on.
Is it on like Donkey Kong?
It's on. Hold on, I gotta get the mic.
What do you do? Are you sitting like crisscross applesauce over there? What are you doing?
Applesauce.
There we go.
See, look at this. How relaxed we are.
I know it's good, man. We're chill.
It's nice to have a bonus episode.
Bonus episode. We don't have to worry about sponsors.
Who? What? No.
No, we just do our thing. We're just gonna because people are asking, hey, will you guys please talk about journals? Journals.
Man, we talked about pencils,
Yep.
and we talked about we referenced pens,
Yeah.
like fountain pens.
But none of that means anything if you ain't got the paper.
That's it. You got to have the.
You got to have the paper. What? Does that mean something besides journal?
Well, it means money.
Oh, it does it.
Got to get that paper.
Are you speaking from like the hip hop community when you say that? Paper?
I've heard that
Okay.
expression.
Okay.
Among
Get that paper.
various communities.
Okay. Oh, really?
Various.
Like the
Communi.
white Anglo-Saxon Protestant community?
Yeah, I
Do
heard
the WASPs say that?
No, I did hear it on a episode of The Dividing Line with James White.
Did he say that?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, my sponsor today is Crossway Publishing, and they send me that paper.
Did he really say that?
No, of course not.
Oh,
What's
okay,
wrong
come
with you?
on. Come on.
James White would ever say that.
All right, yeah, he's classy. He ain't gonna do that. So yeah, we Jim and I are big on journaling, and I've been journaling since I was a little Satanist in high school. I still have those journals, and they're depressing to read. You cannot.
Can
see
I read them?
You
Come on, let me look at them.
No way,
Dude,
absolutely,
Dude,
not.
come on. We are really close friends. I should
You
go
say
see
that I'm
those.
your seventh best friend, so
Eighth.
I don't.
Hold on now.
I don't,
Eighth. I said eighth.
Okay, whatever it is, that ain't close enough for you to break into my old journals like that.
What do you mean? You're my. Listen, I'm your number one
Listen,
friend.
I've got a stack of journals sitting in front of me right now. I just grabbed some of the journals that I've written in off my shelf. I don't know how many that is, but it's a pretty big stack. You can peek into any of those. That's fine. But I'm definitely not letting you open up.
20. There's 20.
Okay, so there's 20 journals there. I've been journaling regularly as a Christian since 93, 94, and I have most of them that I started from 94, back when I was in college.
Yeah.
And because we utilize them so much, and because we are a little bit nerdy about the kind of journals that we use, we thought we would make some recommendations and tell you what we do with them. So, Jimmy, well, let's just start with this. Before we get into the kind of journals and all that, what is the big deal with journaling? Why go out and buy
What is the big deal with journals?
Okay, don't Seinfeld this. What is the big deal with why buy a relatively expensive collection of paper to write in when you can just type it on the computer or use your computer? Like, why do you want a journal?
I think there's something about just like feeling it in your hand, right? That sense of, you got the pencil or the pen, and you've got the paper, and there's almost like a ritual to it, right? Like you got to open it up, you got to kind of flatten it a little bit depending on your journal. You got to get your pencil. If you're using a pencil, you got to sharpen it. You got to just have everything set and clear. And so I feel like it slows you down.
It does.
It slows you down to kind of think and process, and for me, you pray.
Yeah.
As I'm writing, and to gather my thoughts together. Because I think, especially now, in our day and age, everything is go, 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 go.
It's immediate. It's fast.
That's it. And so here, you're spending time just processing what's going on. Like I've started just in the mornings I journal, but now for a few of those days, I will go to a coffee shop in Batavia.
Limestone,
because it's on the way, or relatively it's on the way to work. And so I'll go there when they open, I'll order a red eye, and I'll sit there at the table journaling.
Yeah.
Doing my devotions and then journaling. And it's just something nice and slow, and I'll listen to music at the same time. But yeah, it slows me down to think through and gather my thoughts and process through them.
When I'm journaling, it is there's a couple of different things that I'm doing. One of the things that I'm always doing is I am responding to the word that I just read.
Yeah,
so
that's important.
You read scripture, and now I've read scripture. Sometimes I write it out, but most of the time, I write out the scripture verses.
Yeah, I hear you.
But most of the time, I am writing my thoughts, my prayers, the implications, what I need to do in response to this. And so that forces me to articulate what I am learning. Whereas if I read the word and didn't journal it, God might be teaching me something, God might be impressing something on me, but I'm less likely to remember it because I haven't written it down and articulated it.
That's right.
And if I've taken the time to write it down and articulate it, I'm much more equipped now to share it with others.
Exactly.
So why are you on your phone again?
Come on.
You're always on your phone.
It's bonus episode.
Come on, man. But you do all the other episodes too.
Okay, I got to keep up with people.
No,
man.
We have, listen,
this is our
individuals
time. That send us.
This is our time, and you need to not be on your phone
ask questions
while we're doing a special bonus episode.
But I like to
sharing
look
something
through
that you
and
should be
see
like
how
caring
they're
about,
doing.
but
I
instead
do care
you're
about
looking on your phone.
Well, because I'm not journaling right now. I'm slowing down and processing.
Obviously, you need to slow down and get out of pencil, son. So that's part of the why. And in fact, I think you and I are the same in this. The sermon prep, like we put in hours and hours of sermon prep, but not like. All of the sermon prep is written with a pencil in a journal.
Exactly.
Now, we use the computers, of course. We're big fans of Logos.
Logos Bible software. Love it.
You can't do better than Logos Bible software.
Yeah, I agree.
But Logos Bible is great. So we use Logos Bible software. We have many, many commentaries in print and on, of course, Logos and all that. We use all of that. But everything is written down in pencil on paper because that helps us to thoughtfully retain. It just works better for us. It's not for everybody. It's if you work better with all digital, then go all digital. That's fine. But for us, that's part of why we do it is because it's just proven to be really fruitful. So, Jimmy, what journals have you used in the past? Like, what are some of the journals you've liked using?
Well, like that I've liked using or that I have used. There's a difference.
Yeah, all of
between
it.
the two. All right.
But no, not the bad ones.
All right, well, not the bad
unless
ones.
Like, stay away from these. But otherwise, just like, what are the ones that you've liked the most?
The ones that I've liked the most are, hands down, I love the Moleskine.
Yeah, Moleskine.
Moleskine.
The Moleskine journals are awesome.
I love those. So that one I love for journaling. I mean, I have smaller pocket ones that are keep it in my wallet for just. Those aren't for journaling. That's just for kind of jotting down thoughts or, if I'm in a meeting, just some notes, just really fast. But for the most part, what I use for my journaling, for my sermon prep, for my prayers is a Moleskine journal, usually dot grid is what I'm with.
Yeah, I like the dot grid too.
And I like it because I also like that they number them. So at the beginning, there's like a table of contents. So you can kind of, as you're going through, you can write where what is at. And then also every other page is numbered. Because I used to, and I know you used to, we used to go through and number pages.
Yeah.
So that
because Moleskine doesn't do that.
What?
Moleskine doesn't do that. They don't number the pages.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
I got a Moleskine that does that.
It's a Lecterm.
Oh my gosh, I'm thinking of Lecterm.
So here's the thing. So Moleskine journals are great. They're really good. It's good paper, good quality. They're very durable, and we need them to be durable. That's what I started with. In fact, if you Google setting up a Moleskine or Joe Thorne or whatever, one of my most popular blog articles written in 2008 was on how to set it up, and I had to hand number every other page.
Yeah.
I had to create an index in the back and all that.
I'm confused.
But now.
But now the Lecterm.
Jen, my wife is German, and she goes, it's Leuchtturm.
Leuchtturm.
But I'm not saying that. So Lecterm 1917.
That's the one.
That's the best one. That's
the
my
one.
favorite. Because all those pages are already numbered. There's already an index in the front.
Yeah.
There are perforated pages in the back that you can tear some out if you need to. And it lays flat. It's so good. So definitely, Moleskine's great. You can do that. And they've got different kinds, right? So they've got Moleskine, and every brand has this, but Moleskine, I know the names. So Moleskine has like their large journals, which are the size of like a small, it's like the size of a small book in terms of width and height. But, it has like, I forget how many pages, like 100 and something pages. So those are really good. But they also have the Cahiers journals, which are really thin. They're paperback or cardboard back, and they have much less. So if you don't think you can fill up a whole journal that's kind of large, then you can go with one of those Cahiers. And then we also have the small pocket notebooks.
Yeah.
And so Moleskine makes those. A lot of people make them. But Jimmy, what's your favorite? And don't mess this one up like you messed up Lecterm. What's your favorite pocket notebook? What's the favorite brand?
Field Notes.
Field Notes.
Field Notes.
Field
Why are you going to?
Because you messed up Lecterm.
You know what?
You messed up Lecterm.
Hey, this is a bonus episode. I can mess things up.
Okay.
I can play on my phone. I can do whatever I want.
And you're playing on your phone right now, I see.
I'm sending a photo to somebody.
Okay. So check out Field Notes brand. We'll link to that in the show notes. Those are our favorites. And there's a bunch of pocket notebooks. There's Word and there's Write and all of these. But
the Word one doesn't fit as well in our wallet.
it's the same dimension.
It doesn't fit as well.
It's the same dimension.
It is not the same.
It's the same. I've got them right there. On my
I'm
desk.
looking. I had it in there myself.
Pull it out.
I'm not.
All
Gonna,
right, I'm going to do it right now.
All right, you do it. You show me.
All right. So on my desk, I have a La Gloria Cubana Series number 5 box, and you sit it upright, and it fits perfectly all of these journals. And so right here, what does that say right there, Jimmy?
Word.
So that's a Word one, right? That's what you're talking about? Okay. And this is, what's this right here? This is a what?
That's Field Notes.
Field Notes.
Is that the one that changes color? No. Is that the one that changes color?
Yeah.
The Field Notes one.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
What size? Same size.
No, Word's a little smaller.
No, it is not.
It is a little bit smaller.
It is not. It is the same
No,
exact
you know
dimensions.
what? It is not.
If you Google it, you will see it is the same
No, they're
exact
wrong.
dimensions.
They're wrong. They don't
Okay.
know their own specifications.
So, listen, here's the thing. Jimmy's only part-time with the journaling, penciling thing. You definitely want to listen to me. So, pick up the Field Notes brand. We'll link to a couple of others. Definitely check out Lecterm or Moleskine. And it's a great way for you to write out what God is teaching you, to keep it. And look, like I've got 20 or 30. Well, I got way over
20. I just saw 20.
20 here, but I've got more on my shelf. Like, and those are just a record of what God has been teaching me that I can go back to and look at. Or
Like when you recycle your sermons.
I do not do that. But,
No.
but it's definitely a good habit. We find it really fruitful. So, we've talked about the pencils. We've talked about the journals. If you are,
well, hold on. Wait.
What?
Before we go on with journal, what about the Lecterm white dot one?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No.
It hasn't been. I've been finding it very useful, not just for sermon prep, but for at the factory as well. What the white dot one does is it's on a special. It's not a special paper. Would you call it that? I don't know.
No, it's just got a special printout on it, and it's connected to a specific app.
That's it. And so you take a photo of it and with the app, and it'll convert it into a PDF. It'll convert into a PDF, and it'll be completely a white background instead of having the dots
All the lines
or the
are gone.
lines
It
or
removes
whatever,
all
the
lines.
grid, whatever. Everything's off. So it's nice and clean. So I use that. Like when I'm preparing a sermon, I'll do all my notes in there, as well as my finalized one sheet that goes in my Bible that I preach from. And so I'll take a photo of that, or I'll use the app, and it'll compile it into one PDF document that then gets saved to my Dropbox or on my computer, and I name it the sermon.
Oh, so many steps.
I'll name it the
already
text,
tired.
the sermon, and the date that I preached it. And so it's got a record there of all my notes as well.
That's because you recycle. Listen,
I do not recycle.
Listen.
I like to look back to it.
Here's how I do
or
it.
Or people question, then
All
I
right,
can look
so
back and say what it was.
I take my journal. I'm writing all my notes in it. And then usually on Saturday, I take all of the notes that I've been writing all week long, and I condense it into an outline that exists on one sheet of paper in my journal. And then it's done. And then I take that in on Sunday morning, and I take it to the copier, and I make a copy of that page, and I cut it out, and I put it in my Bible, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I ain't got to do all that crazy stuff you're talking about. Plus,
Well, no, I don't. I do that
plus-
afterwards. I do that
plus-
afterwards. I
plus I don't
like
need-
to have a record of
Oh
what
my
I've
gosh.
done and what God has been teaching me.
This is the record. The journal is the record.
But I like to have it online because something can happen to that, and I got that.
So what do you need it for? If in God's providence it burns up, fine. So here's the thing. There are also other apps that you can use that you don't have to use a special hardcover.
Yeah, but then you don't get the.
Yeah, you do.
You get the lines. I don't want the
No,
lines.
you get rid of the lines with certain.
That's
apps.
not true.
It is true. I've used it.
No. Well, when?
I will.
When have you?
I will link. Not with you. I've used it. Yep.
You've used it when?
Yep. There was one called Jotnot. There's other
I feel
apps.
like you're making this up.
Nope. Not at all.
All right, you link to it because I don't believe you.
I will link to it, and all the people will know that you are wrong once again. Hey,
Hey, man, I'm right 75% of the time. That's some good odds. I'll take it.
okay. Okay. So we just wanted to do throw up a quick bonus episode to let you guys know that there are some good journals out there for you to check out. We're going to link to more than what we've mentioned here. We're going to give you a bunch of resources, but we'll make sure that we highlight our favorites as well. And if you get into the journals, if you're liking the pencils or pens or journaling, let us know. Send us some information, and we'd love to hear how they are working out for you. It'd be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, we'll be back as regularly scheduled with episodes every Monday and Thursday.
Later.